Hi there, welcome back to another session with me. My name is Grada Robertson and I've worked as a healer and a trauma coach for 25 years already. So every week I like to share some things with my audience that help you to move past your pain and into a less stressful life, more peace and more stability on the inside. And today I want to spend this session talking about recovery or recovering. So recovering is another word for healing, of course. But did you know that all day long, like literally the whole time you're awake, your body is breaking down on the inside, and then all night when you're asleep, and this is why you do need to have good sleep at night, your body repairs itself. So it's recovering from the day, right? And then on top of that, sometimes we can have mishaps, like you can catch a cold, fall on the lawn. That's what I did the other day, and I want to share a little bit about it. Or you can have like mental or emotional breakdowns. And to the body, if you have emotional pain, that feels like a physical injury on the inside of your body. So to the body, there is no difference between emotional pain, even though we don't see it, but the body feels it just as acutely. So you understand that every single day there is a lot that we have to recover from. And I am really good at recovering from setbacks. I've written 3 books about it. They became Amazon bestsellers. So here are a couple of my books. The first one is called You Are the Miracle, and this is really true. You are the miracle, and I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. So exactly a week ago, I fell over on in my own garden and broke my elbow, right? So you can still see the bruise a little bit on this elbow. And I could tell straight away that something was wrong, as you do. I could also immediately feel the healing forces in my body step up dramatically to heal my body. And that night when I went to the emergency department, they confirmed that my elbow was broken. So my arm was put in a sling, or I put it in a sling for 24 hours, and then I removed the sling, and I've just been using my arm ever since. So today, I want to give you 6 really important steps that help you to recover a lot faster with a lot less pain than you should have in order to recover and to heal your body. Because let's understand that, you know, when you're a human, of course, mishaps happen all the time, right? We can't avoid accidents, we can't avoid illnesses, we can't avoid emotional injury, relationship pain, financial pain, you know it. But it's I teach my clients and students how to bounce back faster, how to feel good about yourself, what to learn from your truck moments, because I was hit by a truck in 2006 and basically left with horrendous injury. I had a near-death experience, and I had to learn all this myself, how to heal my body really fast, because we can all do the same thing. It's not something that's special to me. You can do it as well. So, but there are some things that we often get wrong, that humans do wrong, and that stops the healing process. And then, you know, months later, people are still complaining, let's say, about a sore rib or a sore elbow or a sore wrist or this and that. And just to be clear, like 10 years ago, I broke this wrist, and it was a fortnight before Pete and I had planned a holiday to Paris. You know, the first and last time I've been to Paris. So I wanted to heal my wrist very quickly. I didn't want to walk around Paris in the summer with a cast around my elbow. So I did the same thing that I'm going to show you now in 6 easy steps. And the article will be here. And then you can practice that yourself and become like an amazing, powerful healer yourself. So by the time Pete and I went to Paris, we were on the plane, my wrist was fully healed. I was able to pull my suitcase through the airport and everything and live completely independently, right? So that was wonderful. So, and I'm doing that again with my elbow, because all this week I've just been doing everything, right? I've seen clients, written emails, done the dishes. The cafe is up and running, so there are lots of dishes to be done. We've got Airbnbs to clean, and then there's all the normal thing. And I'm just using my arm as per normal, and I have a good night's sleep. So here are the 6 very, very, very important steps for you to help recover. And so please print this article out and keep it somewhere so you can start practicing this and help you to recover from any setbacks that life throws at you. So let's say you have an accident, or you bump yourself, or you get sick, or a trauma happens, a relationship breaks down, and there is shock. Usually, you know, there is a big shock in the body, like let's say a friend betrays you, or, you know, any of those kind of things that are heartbreak or that involve physical or emotional pain. We feel the shock in our body, right? So the key is not to buy into the drama. Stop buying into the drama of the situation. The more drama you feel at the moment when this injury happens, the harder it is for you to come back, because the drama energy goes into the tissues of your body and it takes on a life of its own, and it accumulates and it takes more drama. And drama is the opposite to the energy of abundance or thriving. And I want all my clients, I want my children and myself to be thriving and living in abundance and to get out of survival mode. So of course we've been trained the opposite. We've been trained to buy into the drama, to make mileage of the drama. Like, we've got many neurons in our brain that just absolutely feed on drama. All the movies are to do with drama, right? It's very satisfying temporarily, but if you buy into the drama too much, you slow the healing down and you're setting yourself up for a life of struggle and pain. So the second something happens to you, I want you to immediately rephrase it in your mind. And you just say, why is this happening for me? So you change the to me to for me. And that flips you immediately out of that victim state, which hinders your body, into a state of curiosity. And now the healing forces of the universe can actually work through you, right? So you flip from powerlessness and from helplessness into your full potential for healing, right? So that is number one. Why is this happening for me? And then you can spend time thinking about it during the night when you lie awake. If your body is hurting a bit or your heart is aching, why is this happening for me? And write down all the good lessons that you learn from that, right? Because that is building up credit in your emotional bank account. Secondly, so point 2 is immediately get your little self out of the way. So maybe you understand that you have a little self, a small self, and there is a big self, right? So you could call it your small ego self, that runs the show, that goes to the supermarket, that's always busy, keeping up with all the jobs and stuff like that all day long, fulfilling your obligations, going to work. But then there is the real self. The real self is behind all of this. So when an accident happens, you have to step out of let the little self go into the back seat or into the boot of your car and put the observer, I call it the observer, which is your higher self or your intuition or your inner doctor, put that in the driver's seat. The second you put your tiny small self that's always doubting and worrying, the control freak, the second you put that into the boot of the car, the observer will immediately slot into the driver's seat and it will tell you exactly what to do. Trust me in this process, it's worked for me many times. So the observer will keep your body calm. It feels like a force of nature that is outside your body, but it's actually always inside your body as well. And it will reassure you and tell you that everything is in order. Just remove yourself and I will take over from here. And then you need to trust in the process. So many of my clients who've had major setbacks in their life, they've experienced connecting with the observer. They've had moments where the observer stepped in. So the observer, by the way, is always neutral, and it's like, you could call it your higher self. So it already knows that everything is in order and that you can channel energy from the universe all around you to heal yourself. So let the observer take over the wheel. And that means believe in yourself as well. Which takes me to point 3, like you are the miracle. That's the title of my first book. And that's all about how to recover from major, huge setbacks. Like, for instance, being hit by a truck as a pedestrian. That's what happened to me when I was 43. And I had to, I discovered a lot about healing and recovering from that, literally every angle there is to know. I learned about it and I help my clients today to do the same thing. So you are really a walking miracle, because, for instance, your body has the blueprint for perfect health. And for instance, did you know that you have new eyeballs every 48 hours? You have a new liver every 6 weeks. You have completely new bone structure every I think it's 2 to 6 months, or maybe even a year. They used to say it took 7 years, but we now know that it's less than a year. You have a completely new skeleton. So your body is always repairing itself and renewing itself. And so when the truck hit me, my sacrum was completely shattered, amongst lots of other things. So basically they removed my sacrum. And over the years, I grew a completely new sacrum, right? So because the body had the blueprint, it must save the calcium from somewhere, and it started remolding a new sacrum. And now when I have an x-ray taken, which I do occasionally once every 5 years, it shows that my sacrum is as normal as yours, right? Which is so amazing. So I know that my elbow will completely regrow in a normal way as well. So trust your body. Your body is absolutely amazing. It's made from the stuff of miracles. It's made from the same stuff that, you know, when you see stars in the sky, or when you see a force of nature, like sitting next to the river, you see watch the river flow, and there's a strong current. That is the same power that works on your behalf through your body. You are just as amazing. So always believe in yourself. And step out of the way and let those forces of nature do their job uninterrupted by your thinking. I sometimes call my thinking stinking thinking, Pete, and now we call it stinking thinking just for fun, because it gives us a laugh. But literally our little thoughts that we habitually think all day long, 60,000 thoughts a day, are not positive, right? Unfortunately, that's the way we're wired. So but just be kind to yourself and accept that this is how you are wired, and just introduce a few more positive thoughts every now and then, and just remember that you don't have to believe any thought that you think. All right. So point 4, lots of times when people have an accident or an emotional injury, an emotional accident, they fall into resistance. So resistance is actually a form of denial as well. So what you resist persists. So many years, somebody said that to me, Grada, what you resist persists, and it just keeps going and growing. And that's perhaps the best advice somebody's ever given me. So I'm always checking in if I'm resisting my thoughts, if I'm resisting little things about Peter or the kids or the business, or if I'm resisting the universe, or whether I'm resisting pain or anything like that. Because here's the thing, in life we only have 2 sets of trains, right? We can either be on the resistance train or on the joy train. So if you notice, or if you know about yourself that you haven't felt much joy in the last few years or last few months, that means for sure that you're on the resistance train, and you have to slow down the resistance and start noticing what are you resisting in your life, or which moments do you feel most resistance, or what's going on, where do you feel the resistance in your body, and perhaps booking it for a session with me, and so I can clear that resistance and point out to you how you're doing that. And then your joy will automatically up level. It will come back. It's not something that you have to artificially create, right? Because our true nature is to be joyful. So don't let, if anything happens to you, make sure that you're not resisting the natural process. Just accept it straight away. It's happened, and now what, right? Don't keep going back into the past, all right? So, all right, so that brings me to point 5. We're nearly there. All right, so point 5 is actually that you're an organic antenna. So many of you who are listening know this already. You're an antenna, which means you're channeling all the time. Like, you're always tuning into the universe. You're tuning into the invisible world. Energy flows in through you, but we only see 1/1000th of reality, because everything is filtered out through our nervous system. So the key is, which channel are you tuning into? Are you constantly tuning into like gloomy FM, or are you tuning into misery or scarcity or fear porn or whatever, those kind of channels? And if you do, I'm going to suggest change the dial, right? Change it and start tuning into gratitude. So apparently, and gratitude, it sounds boring, and it's something that you've probably already heard many times. But the energy of gratitude is the fastest way to clean your antenna, right? So remember, you're an antenna, energy flows through you all day long, whether you realize it or not, it does, right? The scientists know that, there's science to prove it. It's part of neuroscience. You could literally, like back in the days when we had old TVs with antennas, you could have removed the antenna and put yourself in place, and the TV would have still worked because it would have used you as an antenna, right? So all day long we plugged into something. So just make sure you plugged into the energy of like miracles, curiosity, happiness, and then gratitude, because we can all find something to feel grateful about. And start with your own cells. Like you have trillions of cells in your body. They're all working to heal your body, to recover the dents, to remove the dents from your car, to detox your body, to clean your vessel. This is going on all the time. So you can just say things like, and put your hand on your heart, I'm so grateful for the trillions of cells working in my body today. Or you could just simply say something like, I'm the luckiest person alive, because this is true. You are literally so lucky to be alive today. You're so lucky that you even came in as a human being, right? In today's world. So you can just say, I'm the luckiest person alive today, and that will also start changing many things for you and really speed up your recovery, so that you sleep better, you wake up better, your energy frequency is higher, you start to attract good things. And it's like you're putting, imagine if you were a car and you drive your car in the garage every night and it's got dents from the day and it's all dirty and stuff, and you wake up in the morning and the car is all nice and clean and the dents are removed. That's what your body does for you, and then you can hop in the car and you're all comfortable again. But I'm imploring you to give your body and yourself an advantage by doing these 5 steps that I just showed you. And the universe will support you when you do this, because it is a saying that when you move forward 1 step in the right direction, for you, the universe takes 1,000 steps, right, towards you, to help you towards your highest goal, whatever that is for you at the time. So if you do these 5 steps, the universe will come towards you 5,000 steps, and it will carry you over all the rough patches as well. So I just wanted to finish with like a really beautiful, quick energy healing technique. So this could be point 6 perhaps. So if you just close your eyes briefly, and imagine your eyeballs are looking inside towards the back of you rather than the front. So direct. Imagine your eyeballs are turning inwards and they're turning towards the back of your body. And take a breath in, and you notice how peaceful it is. Because the energy behind us is always much softer, more peaceful, more organized and more ordered than the energy in front of us. It's very calm and healing. So just keep tuning into the energy behind you, and then with your eyes closed you can rub your hands together and create a ball of energy between your 2 hands. And you just do that with your intention. So I immediately feel a ball, and this ball contains my energy, but energy is all around me, but this is like potent energy, and it's also potent healing energy. So now I'm going to ask you to be curious and give that ball a color. So if it's yellow, it often needs to go into your digestive system. If it's orange, it's for releasing shock. If it's purple, it's like really strong, potent healing. If it's green, it's often to do with healing. You're not feeling loved, you need to top up, you need some love, and so on. If it's blue, it's helping you be more organized. And of course, white is a powerful healing color. So whichever color springs to mind, just put it in that ball. And then bring that ball anywhere where you feel it needs to go. So right now, for the sake of this video, I will just put it in my throat so you can see how I do that. Okay, you can make another ball and put it back into your body. Inhale it, welcome it in with gratitude and appreciation for your own beautiful self. So you can also send it, of course, to a part of your body that's injured. So in my case, I could send it to my elbow. But by even sending it into my throat, it's already gone into my elbow. I could feel it travel and to strengthen the parts of my body that that need recovery, right? So this is how you can help your own recovery from setbacks and really become a powerful human being, so you can live a happy life, bounce back easier, get the wisdom and the clarity and the confidence from all your circumstances and your situations, that you learn from those, that you increase, you know, the feeling of comfort and acceptance in your own body, that you're more comfortable in your life and in your own body. And there's so many things, you know, that help you you gain so much from doing these 5 steps. And then, of course, not to forget, you need to drink water as well, like healthy water with extra minerals, because when you're recovering from setbacks or illness, your body needs at least 7 times the amount of nutrients that a normal person who is just, you know, going through life needs. So at these times, or even if you're a top athlete or you're working really hard, you're studying, in fact, most people today are like under a lot of stress. So most people are nutrient deprived. So also come and check out our website online. We have a really, really good range of like nutrients that we've sourced from many places, from overseas as well. And they've benefited our clients for decades already. So please check that out for yourself as well, because you deserve the best life. And if you feel stuck or you're hurting somewhere and you really want to receive a breakthrough, please book in for a session with me or check out my programs. I'm here to help you and to make your life a lot easier. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I really appreciate you being part of my community. Have a really wonderful week. Read this article that I will attach, and I hope to be with you next week. Bye for now.